Good afternoon. I'm Mel George here at the Capital City Hoop Classic in Annapolis, Maryland. This evening I'm here with my good friend, mentor, business partner, and the executive director of the VA Elite Hoops program in Northern Virginia. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking a little time to talk to us today. I wanted you to briefly just give us an explanation of your idea of how your program is different from the other AAU programs in the D.C. metropolitan area.
Sure. We started back in 2008 as a AAU organization focusing on academics, athletes and academics. That was our ping point for getting the young men that has made up this organization. As we recently discussed, I just had a young man graduate 2 years early at William & Mary. College of William & Mary, and is actually going to law school on a basketball scholarship.
Outstanding.
That's only one young man that has come through our program, and the various other young men who have gone on to excel in school. A lot of my guys are really kind of under the radar guys, and it's indicative of the programs like yourself on how these guys come here, play, hit the books. We stress hitting the books and ensuring that they're going to meet their academic goals as student athletes.
So during the winter, I got the honor of getting an invitation from you and your wife to come out and watch your program in action as you guys were preparing for the summer basketball season. And I must say that I was very impressed with the character of your program, the organizational structure. I mean, you had a ton of kids in the gym, none of them standing still at any one point, but moving in sync like an Army or a Navy unit. With ages from as young as fourth grade all the way up to graduating seniors. So I must say that it's very impressive. Also, the fact that you guys are focusing on the academic portion of the student-athlete development,
yes,
which is a separation point. But I did get to see some really, really talented kids on the floor. And it's amazing to me that they were under-recruited and are. But I think it just points to the plethora of talent in the D.C. area, and you're just really outside of that in the Dulles, Virginia corridor. So you're kind of in an area all alone. But you guys have performed very well this weekend. So talk to me a little bit about the basketball, man, and how the kids are enjoying themselves.
Well, from every kid, from the fourth grade all the way up through our high schools, have really enjoyed your tournament. It's been very informative, well ran, and just everything in place. It's a family atmosphere. You are always accessible, which is a really key element from a participant standpoint. That someone had a question, or a parent had a question, I knew I could always count on having that face-to-face FaceTime with you. Those are the types of things that make tournaments move up that ladder. Your tournament has a plethora of talent here, and that's one of the reasons why we decided here's where we're going to be at every year. We're going to support this tournament. We're going to play. Our kids will develop through this particular vehicle as we're moving forward.
So I thank you very much for those compliments. And we know that we've been running under the radar as we enter into our fifth year, but we had some great news this afternoon about one of your young men, one of your leaders, the toughest position on the floor, point guard, out of Northern Virginia, and it's been a goal of ours to take under-recruited youngsters during the quiet period with no Division I or Division II coaches in the gym. So I won't, spoil the news. Why don't you talk a little bit about the exciting news that you got this afternoon?
Sure. Well, I'm very excited. And now we can add Nick Albert to our list of scholarship athletes that will join a list of roughly about 30 young men. And this is the reason, as a result of playing in this particular tournament. My guys are excited to play in it, and we always say, play hard. You never know who's looking at you. And Nick has been a part of the program for 3 years. He got injured last year. He kind of fell off the radar, but I truly believed in him, 100%. And the kid doesn't miss practice. He's a 3-point-something grade point average student athlete, great family. I am so excited when I got the news that he received a Division II offer today. For a young man to live his dream out, this is not just basketball. This is you now changing a young man's life. basketball is only the vehicle that will propel him through life. And I can't tell you how appreciative my organization is, his family. And I called his mom early and spoke to his mom, and literally she started crying on the phone.
Wow.
Because I told her, if he believed in me, I would believe in him, and I would put you in the right places to get seen. One of the things that you mentioned earlier about this is out of the quiet period. I mean, this is when everybody else is home and vacation, and that a young man who follows the process now gets an opportunity to play college basketball. And we cannot thank you, we cannot thank your staff, and the Capital City Hoops Classic is far and foremost. I would tell anybody, if you want to be competitive and you want to play, this is where you need to come hoop at.
Tons of talent from up and down the Eastern Seaboard.
Absolutely.
New York, New Jersey,
Yes.
Philadelphia, as far south as Alabama.
Yes.
Really, really talented kids, great coaches, great families. I would be remiss if I didn't make a shout out to Lamont Taylor and his program, Coach Pop, with Get Me Recruited.
Yes.
Who approached both of us this afternoon right before your game and gave us that great news, because it's a collaborative effort.
Yes.
Between programs like yourself, my family program, Get Me Recruited, and there's others.
Yes.
And we just look forward to building this and making it a bigger platform for under-recruited youngsters that feel like no one is paying attention.
Right.
If you come to the Capital City Hoop Classic, you will get great competition.
Right.
And if no one is looking and you can really play, we will find you.
Right, and that's one of the things, deciding factor, as we spoke early on in the year, and I did my research, and of course you and I have been knowing each other for quite some time, and we've now reached out to other programs and say, hey, this is where you need to be at. If you're going to spend your Memorial Day, spend it with Mr. Mel George and the Capital City Hoops Classic.
Well,
that is it reaps benefits on the quality of what you are doing here for this community.
Well, thank you very much. I know you got a game you need to get to. I've held you well beyond your time, so I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
Thomas, thank you to you and your wife, your program. We are really appreciative. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you in the championship round tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, Coach.
All right.